Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look at Cartesi, Ctsi, helping you understand, of course, best practice and big picture in situations like these, because we truly never know where it's going to go, but what we want to do is look at its history first and kind of see what it's going to do next as a possibility. We're going to look at support levels, key level resistances, and of course, kind of redraw out some Fibonacci retracement levels because it's been a few months since I covered this last. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And while we're getting this all set up here for you, I want you to know I'm not a financial advisor. I love teaching people to trade. I really hope you can learn something here today. And if you do, comment below, or more importantly, consider becoming a community member. I actually have a website, cryptocash.tech, where you can become part of my community. We all learn and grow together. Amazing traders over there, by the way. And I can tell you, we all take healthy profits. Let's take a look here. Some of the most recent trade results here. Alexandra, of course, killing it, one of my awesome admins. And of course, we got OP as well. Jimmy taking 96% on a 20x long. Well done. And then we also have what SNX here was a primary trade yesterday, of course. Just a lot of volatility there too. So, great stuff from everyone. We're also using Bitget Exchange as well too. I highly recommend that. I have a $10,000 prize pool monthly, so if you want to benefit from that, consider using the link in the description below. You'll effectively be eligible for that every single month, just by default. Okay. Check that out. Love their exchange. By far my favorite exchange out there. So take a look here at Cartesi. What we want to kind of think about or look at is obviously the trend lines that we've already drawn out, but also, of course, some Fibonacci retracement levels. Now, it does look like we are getting some significant candle wicks up and down. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull this up here, deselect reverse, and kind of see roughly where we're at. So generally speaking, we are working perfectly within the Fibonacci retracement levels. You can see we got an instant rejection here at about, 15.5. So 15.5 cents is essentially the new resistance level for Cartesi. Again, it's a previous resistance level if you look at it here from the candle bodies, but more importantly, definitely something we want to focus on right now. Whereas we can see the 0.5 level of Fibonacci, that's a common retracement level at about 13.3 cents, essentially holding strong for a potential resistance level. So a closure above 13.3 would be ideal to get above that halfway point. We also want to look at some moving averages and see kind of where everything's at. Cool thing is the most of the moving averages have caught up with the price action. Most coins can't say that they're above the 50-day SMA. That's unusual and less common. That is typically a bullish sign. So I'd like to see that. That is actually very, very positive, but we can kind of see the rejection here again, not only at that rejection level at 0.786 for Fibonacci, but also got hit pretty hard at that 200-day simple moving average. Again, the 200 is the strongest moving average you could look for, but keep in mind when the 50 intersects with the 200 in an upward fashion, that's a golden cross. That's what we're looking for, and that should catapult things further. So I'm speculating within the next month or sooner, Cartesi will take off fairly quick. And it's done so today as well, but likely a fundamental catalyst is my speculation. But again, you never truly know with coins like these. So do your own research, of course, but good news is we're up over 50 in the RSI. Fantastic. MACD is swinging upwards as well. So all in all, positive momentum here up over the 50. I like to see where we're at here. And you can kind of see it must have been like a massive short squeeze because you can see right here, the price action just shot up significantly when it broke through that 50-day SMA. Cool, so all perfect stuff there in that sense that we have mostly bullish signs on the daily. When we take a look at the 4-hour, of course, you can say this is bullish because we got a massive candlestick, but there is likelihood of a pullback. Potential for further pullback, and we'll see if that's ideal or not. So we're above all moving averages there, check mark there, good news. We're well over 70 on the RSI, way too high. The probability of pullback would be greater. And what I mean by pullback is either A, going sideways, consolidating and legging up, or we work our way down to the next level of about 12.3, potentially increase from there. The likelihood of further upside seems greater based on the fact that we have that simple moving average at that specific level, right, where the price action kind of got rejected at 12 cents, and you can see it kind of coming up from there. So generally speaking, we're looking very positive here on the 4-hour as well, minus the overextension. That should cause the price action to pull back a little bit. Now, when we look at TD sequential, it's not going to tell us too much because we're only 3-4-hour candles into this, 12 hours effectively into this increase. So in truth, the price action should just go sideways, and that's really not a relevant indicator right now. The 1-hour might be a little more telling, but even still, it's hard to base overextension on a candle wick this large. Typically, it's based on how far the price will retrace on Fibonacci retracement levels. So what we should expect to see is if we look at this the 50-day set moving average here on the daily, it's trading right there at about 12 cents. Okay. Coincidentally, 12 cents was a previous support level based on most recent lows as well as previous highs. So again, that line is relevant. 12 cents is a line in the sand that is important to stay above or below. What I mean by that is a closure today above 12 cents would essentially signify that we are above that level. So we're looking for a closure above 12 cents. It would make sense the price could and should pull back to that level, or at least close to it. So I would say we're going to likely be range bound for the next 12 to 24 hours in the 12 to 13 cent range, and the price could likely increase from there. It seems more likely because what will happen is oftentimes you break through a key level resistance, it becomes a support, the price action comes back down, bounces off that level inevitably and continues higher to make higher lows. That's essentially what we're looking for, is higher lows. So as long as this next low isn't lower than 12 cents, we should be in good shape. That's essentially the goal. Now, is it going to retrace that far? It's hard to say. It could. If it does, great. We have a safety net there at the 12 cent range. But once again, 13 cents, we're overextended to the upside. RSI is telling us we want to pull back. There's a probability we could see the price action come back further. Let's take a look at the 1 hour and kind of see if that tells us a different story. I want to take a look at the Ichimoku cloud. Pretty standard stuff here. All green lights to leave your long position open if you have one. Okay, so just keep that open. Not saying you should necessarily take one because it could pull back, but as long as you have a loose stop loss in place, you should be in good shape. If you're going to have a stop loss, it should be under 12 cents. So like 11.85 or something along those lines to essentially allow for you to have that wiggle room if it comes down and wicks you out, or prevent you from getting wicked out with some kind of looser area there. Now again, you think about it this way, price action right now, if it goes down to about 11.85, that's a 10% drop. So you got to be willing to lose 10% if that is the case. But once again, the likelihood of the price continuing higher seems greater based on everything we've seen so far. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there in that regard. If we take a look at TD sequential, we see we came up to a 6, got a little reset, price is going sideways. A lot of funky candle wicks and candlesticks here. If we take a look at the volume, we can see a significantly diminished volume. So it does imply the price action could and should likely continue further down before it legs up again. But I think the leg up is inevitable. It's just a matter of how low it goes before it gets there. That's really just the way it goes. So I think we're going to see more continuation of the upside, but it's going to likely be preceded by a further decrease here. This does not look very strong, with a bunch of doji candles going sideways at a key level resistance with low volume. Those are usually not positive signs in the overall sense of things. Let's do one last take a quick look here at the 15 and see where we're at. We can see the volume weighted average price line. We're working below that. That's now a resistance. So right here at about 13.5 is another resistance level. So again, 12 to 13.5 is going to be the range that we're going to expect the price action to stay in for a little while. It's actually healthy and good that it does that. We don't want it to try to increase any further because it went up too fast too soon. Again, just some things to kind of think about. So to me, I would say we are more likely to increase from here. But if you are the kind of person that just fast forward to the very end of the video, you're doing yourself a disservice. Watch the whole thing so you understand where I'm coming from. Because generally speaking, I am bullish on this, but you've got to expect the price to pull back at least a little bit before it legs up again. It would make a tremendous amount of sense with the amount of volume we're seeing at this price point. You can see it's obviously dying off, and the fact of the matter is with less volume, that resistance level at the volume at average price is going to hold the price action in place and slowly bleed it down until we hit that key level support, which is 12 cents even. Okay, so again, bounce off of 12 makes sense to continue further up. That's basically what I'm expecting. So I'll be looking forward to catching up with this here again soon. We'll keep a closer eye on it. Thank you again so much to all my community members that request that I cover this. And I do greatly appreciate all of your support. Thank you all so much. You want to become a better trader? CryptoCash.tech. Join esteemed members of my trading community and obviously some amazing people. Great looking out. Thank you so much again for everything. I look forward to working with you. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks again.